Hi, this is Chris. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm sharing my Stitchery, my 52 Flags Handmade challenge sponsored by Anne Brooke, textile artist, or hosted by, however you say that. And I'm going to show my flags for July. I'm a little behind. I haven't attached any of them to the pages yet, and that's okay. Summer is busy and we have things we have to do, and I can always catch up in the fall or even finish it all off next year. I'm not worried about that. So week 26 was a fabric collage in colors you like, and my favorite colors are turquoise and lime green and yellow, and I found all these bits and pieces among quilter scraps that I purchased on Etsy. And when I was looking through the scraps, I found two little triangles. First I found this triangle with this little otter, and then I found another triangle with the other half of his little body, his little feet, his little flippers, and he's floating in the water. So I decided to make this a little ocean scene. And I put in all the colors of sunlight, and I put in these little bits of laces, and then I added those little iridescent sequins and beads from my grandmother's sequin box, and little scraps of lace. And before I added any of the embellishments, I tacked all the pieces down with a single strand of 100% silk thread, and that was tricky. It's like working with a spider web, and it doesn't want to fold, so it kept pulling out of the needle. It wouldn't fold around the hole of the needle and stay put, and it kept wanting to pull out of the needle. But after I tacked down all the pieces, then I went through with some stitches and added some embellishment. And at the top I found this large nail in my dad's box of garage stuff that he always collected, saved all his spare nails and stuff just in case. So I think that came out cute. I really like the little otter, and I don't know if you can see the sequins, the iridescence shining. So it's sort of like little bubbles in the ocean. Week 27 was a tree like a kid would draw. Well, I don't know if this is as like a kid would draw or not. I was a pretty good drawer when I was a kid, so I would probably draw a shape like this rather than just a popsicle shape or something. But anyways, this is my apple tree that I planted 30 years ago. It was a stick in a milk carton that I purchased at a local community plant sale put on by the local agricultural extension. And it produces tiny red berry type apples, but in the spring it blooms with beautiful white blossoms. And I'll put in here a picture of my crabapple tree in full bloom. And then we have deer in the area, and they eat the leaves up just as high as they can reach, which does a nice pruning job under the tree. So they're my free pruners. Week 28 is circles and beads on a piece of quilt with a button. I had a little bit of a hard time figuring out this stitch, interpreting it from the left-handed example to my right-handedness, but I think I've got it figured out. And so that is circles and beads, and this is a piece of quilt I got in a bundle from an Etsy shop. It's really nice getting bundles from Etsy because you get lots of little pieces that you can use in your stitchery. And the felt, I purchased that from Benzie, benziedesigns.com. And they do these really nice wool felt, how would you say, palettes. So I ordered this palette. It's all coordinated. And then I also ordered the coordinating embroidery threads that they offer. So let me get this arranged. I don't have a lot of room on my table. So these are the threads that they put together. They curate the kits. And so I use some of those colors. I like to keep them all together. They have all different colors for spring and fall and Christmas and winter. And they have a lot of needle felting supplies. But I really like their curated bundles. I'll put their address below in the description. I don't have a large collection of beads, and I really wanted beads that would complement and match the colors of this quilt and the wool felt. And so I went through my old jewelry and I found some necklaces I could take apart. Here's this really pretty one. The green isn't right. There's this one. It has some cobalt blue beads here that I could have used. Some turquoise beads and some pink beads. But then I found this necklace, which had all the colors that I really wanted, and these beads that were in my grandmother's sequin box. So that's what I used. Oh, and I found a photo corner. So now I have a nice collection of beads. I won't unstring these until I actually have a use for them, but I'll keep them close by with my stitchery items. Also, I'm keeping the prompts on little tags, and then when I'm finished with the book, the tags will slip down behind each little flag and give the prompt. Week 29 was Ort and Yummies. So this is my Ort jar, and I don't remember where I got this. It's a little reproduction mason type jar. Came with a regular canning lid, but then I found this at Joann's at Christmas time a couple years ago. And it's made to go into a canning jar. It has a lid like a canning jar. I've shown this before a few months ago. But anyways, it has a little light in it. And so it shines on your threads or whatever you have in there. I think that one of the examples was they showed it out on a patio in the evening as a decoration, but I thought for an Ort jar that was really cute. So I will turn the lights back on so we can see what we're doing. And week 30 is a sampler. So I had some Adidas cloth that I came across when I was cleaning out my sewing nook, but I cannot find it, of course. I put it somewhere safe and I can't find it. So then I found this piece of, it's like a twill, a canvas twill sort of. The warp threads go this way and the weft threads sort of go at an angle. So I think it's a twill. So I thought maybe I would do that. And I could either do my stitches across in a contrasting thread, or I could do them in the white space in between. But I'm not sure. This was a large scrap I bought at the thrift store, and it was so wrinkled that my iron wouldn't take the wrinkles out, so I ended up soaking it in water and then stretching it and putting it out in the sun, and at 98 degrees Fahrenheit outside it dried pretty quick. But I have another choice. I also have this piece of old quilt, which I got in an Etsy bundle, and it has a fabric here that's similar to Adita cloth or cross stitch cloth. It's a closed open weave. I'll bring that in so you can see it. I might use that because then my stitches would show up better, and I might put my pattern here so that this is on the edge. So I could put it like this. I would have these nice rough edges, and then my sampler stitches could go in here. I think maybe I'll do that. So I'm still deciding on that. So this is my tag roulette. It's very small, and this is also an Anne Brooke challenge monthly based on the 52 tags from last year, and each month she chooses 3 prompts from last year's challenge. So I'm almost caught up. I still need to do the bullion stitches from June, and earlier there was 3 buttons was a prompt, and in June there was buttons a prompt. So because this is so small, I'm going to let this be for the buttons in June. And then one was wrapped, and I found this wooden bead and I wrapped it with some tapestry wool. For July, I had the fly stitch. You can barely see it. It's right here. And weaving. So I did this weaving right here. This took me back to my fiber arts class when we did hand weaving and loom weaving and all kinds of basket weaving and all kinds of things. And then the next one was pocket with a treasure. Well, I didn't see where I could put a pocket, but I already had these hexagons on here, and they're just sewn on the points. So this one makes a pocket, and inside I put a treasure. And this is a coin from China. It's not old, but it reminds me that my grandmother, who was English, was actually born in China. And so that's a little treasure there. And my tag roulette is almost caught up. Where shall I put the bullion stitches? I don't know. Maybe I could put a couple sticking out from these leaves here, sort of like buds or something in these colors. This is turning out to be a rather unique flower. So that's my tag roulette for July. Thanks for watching and have a great day stitching. Bye bye.